for today, we're using ratio and rate reasoning to solve percent. We're going to do a lot of solving percent, given the whole and the percent. We're going to kind of skip the estimation piece and then do solve the percent, given the parts and the percent. Any copies for today? Okay, first we're going to do for our stretch, our review, we're going to do unknown quantities for proportion. So you've got 3 question marks, and you do the solve for the question mark. Make sure you show us your work on how you do it. We need you guys about 3 minutes on this one. I'll get started.
All right, can I do something to 8 to get to 12 evenly?
No.
No, 8 times something, 8 times any number does not equal 12, right?
No.
So I start where I have a complete fraction, a numerator, and a denominator. Can I simplify?
Yeah.
By what?
2.
I simplify both by 2. I get 3/4. I can cross that out. Now, can I do something to 4 to get to 12 evenly?
Yeah.
What?
5 by 3.
So 3 times 3?
9.
So my missing number is 9. You have about a minute to do the other 2. Can I do something to 16 to get to 40 evenly? Or 40 to 16 evenly? Which one am I starting with, 16 or 40?
40.
Right, my whole fraction. So if I can't, can I simplify my whole fraction?
Yeah.
By what?
5.
I can divide those by 5, and that gives me 38. I can cross that out. Now can I do something to 8 to get to 16
Yeah.
evenly? What?
Multiply by 2.
So 3 times 2?
6.
So 6 is my missing number. Where am I starting on number 3?
The first one.
The whole fraction, 6/15. Can I do something to 15 to get to 10 evenly?
No.
No, unless it's a decimal. Can I simplify my whole fraction?
Yeah.
By what?
3.
Okay. And I get 2/5. I can cross that out. What do I do to 5 to get to 10 evenly?
Times 2.
So 2 times 2?
10.
2 times 2?
4.
I was worried there for a second. Any questions about this? If this is what you're going to be doing for cents today. Let's look at the next page. All right, Mr. Goodwin, the 6th grade teacher, asked his class to determine 25% of 44. 5 different students responded with their strategy. So you are going to study the 5 student strategies and answer the questions on the next page. I think it is A through E. Yes? Look at your next page. Is it A through E?
Yeah.
Okay. So as a table, you have about 5 minutes to look over those strategies and answer those questions, and then we will come back and discuss. Go for it. All right. When is Kendra's method most efficient to use? And tell me when Kendra's method is most efficient. It's on your paper.
When she needs to convert the percentage to
Okay. Does anybody else have a different answer?
Efficient when you're using fractions.
Okay. What is 44? What does it stand for in that problem? 100%. And 100% of something is a whole. So her method is more useful when you're working with the whole of a group or all of the group. All right. When is Hank's method most efficient to use? What do we notice about Hank's method? What did they do? When it can be easily converted into a decimal. Don't have this on your paper, you should be getting it. All right, Ryan's method, what is his most efficient? You have all the examples on your papers, guys. What is Ryan's most efficient? Yes? So what kind of percent is his percent? What is it called? When it is a benchmark percent and the fraction can be simplified. All right, when is Simon's method most efficient? When is Simon's method most efficient? Who says it looks like? Hey, it reminds you of whose work? Reminds me of Ryan's work. Because it is a what kind of percent? And what did he do to the fraction? He simplified it. So it is the same answer, except we're going to say Simon. Yes? And the last one, panelist method. When is it most efficient? Max? Okay. What kind of percent did he use? When you can break it into benchmarks. Any questions about that? All right, we are going to go to activity 4. So once you have finished writing it, please turn to the page that starts activity 4. 291? Yeah, that's 291.
On this one, we have an accountant that's reviewing the sales and the bonuses for different employees. In the table, they've given us a percentage, and they've given us either the bonus or the total sales. We really need you to write this note down, since this note is going to be the key for your test on Thursday. Okay? When we are doing percentage problems, the way we set our percentage up, percent is always going to go over 100. Okay? On the other side, what you're looking at is the part is that percentage piece. The whole is where my 100 goes. Okay? So from this base setup, you're going to be able to put in the numbers from the problem in order to be able to solve it. Okay? So we're looking at this. They've given us the bonus percent for all of them, right? Okay? So that's my number that is going to go over 100. You can start just by writing this. Because every one of these is going to have this type of proportion. Now the important piece here is figuring out where the other number goes. And you have to do that by saying, is it my part or is it my whole? So in this case, the bonus amount and the total sales are the other two numbers I'm looking at, right? So is that bonus amount my part or my whole? Part. So top or bottom? Top, because that's where the part goes. So now I'm going to put 540 here. And the last piece I don't know is where I'll put in a variable. So we're just going to use X because it's the easiest one to use. Once I have this set up, now you should be able to go through and be able to solve it. Does anyone know how I go from 18 to 54 directly? After? How about 100? Remember, I'm going this way, right? I'm going from 18 to 54, or 540. If you don't see it right away, look for a step back. And that step back from 18 to 100. Yes, I can divide by 2. That's going to give me 9 and 50. I go from 9 to 540. Yes, times what? Times 60. Remember, anything I do on the bottom, I also
To the bottom. Like it's
and then I go to the top, and I'll go to the bottom. So now you 50 times 60, and I get
100,000.
yeah. So what's my total sales?
3,000.
6 cents.
Yes.
Or it doesn't matter.
After you come back and see me in a minute.
Okay, so we'll take a minute. Guys, Tanya's numbers are really nasty, so we're going to toss her out real quick. The Mario's. This isn't the greatest either. So start at Mario. If you finish Mario, you can try to do Ruth and then try to do Joseph. So try to get as many of those three done as you can. Unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot of time left because we did our opening activity, went a little longer than expected. So we'll give you guys about 4 minutes, try to knock as many of these three out as you can. Okay, so I said start with Mario because he's one of the easier ones, right? So we have our percent, 10 over 100. It is 3250, my whole or my part?
Your whole.
My whole, so on the bottom. Okay. So in this one, even though they didn't give it to me, because it's 100, I can actually tell what I multiplied by because I just moved my decimal twice. So I multiplied that by 32 and 5/10. So I do the same thing here, times 32 and 5/10. I now move my decimal once. That one's going to become $325. You also, because that's one of your benchmark percent, technically you could have just said, oh, that number is 325. That's one you didn't necessarily have to set up as proportion. For Ruth gets a little more difficult. It's 15 over 100, and it's 650 my part of my whole. Part. On top. Over some number I don't know, so I'll put a variable for now. Can I go straight from 15 to 650? No. Can I simplify 15 and 100? Yes, I divide both of them by 5. 3 and 20. Excuse me. So the bigger reason to do that, would you rather divide 650 by 15 or by 3? That's easier, okay? So if I take 650, I divide by 3. I'm going to go twice. Bring down the 5, it's going to go once. It gives me a 2, bring down the 0. That's going to go 6 times. And I'm now in a repeating situation, right? So that's why I don't really like this one. Because what did I multiply by? 216 and 6/10 repeating. But the good news is, because I'm multiplying that by 100, 216 and 6/10 repeating, all I'm doing is moving that decimal twice. So technically, we know that this one was 2,000, 21,000. Yeah, 2,166.
How does that work?
How does that work? I'm doing that times 20. Never mind, I did that wrong, so maybe times 20, not 100. Remember, you gotta think where you're starting from. Got 2 zeros, this is 12, 13, 3, 4. I have 2 decimal places in there, so that total was 4,332. Got to multiply by 216 and 6 tenths. Asher, when I did my stuff back, I said 3 do 650, right? I did that division, it's 216. Meaning I had to multiply 3 times 216 and 616, you get 650.
And you multiply 16.6
Times 20. And I'm starting at the 3 and the 20.
But then, why did you change the decimal place to the 26?
Yep. 2 decimals here, so I have 2 decimal places. So I'm going to multiply 21,660 times 20 to get my answer. So don't stress too much about that one. We want you guys to turn to page 292. Here is going to be the key to success for your test on Thursday, guys. When we are going to be doing these percent problems, they're all going to start on this. You've got 2 major words, is and of. Is indicating what the part is, of is indicating what the whole is. When we talk about it in English, the way I would say it is 15 to 20% of some number that I don't know yet. So here's how you're going to be able to determine where to put the numbers into your proportion. You can also put a note here if you want to. The is your part, the of is your whole.
Write that on your paper. That's very important.
There is an order we want you to do this in. The first thing we want you to do is put in your percent. Why? Because it's easiest. If you see the percent sign, you know the number that goes. The second thing we want you to do is find the word of. The reason we want you to do that is because it's very consistent. Whatever is after of is always going to be your whole. The is gets tricky because if is in the beginning of the sentence, number before is. If is after at the end of the sentence, it's number after. So it's always kind of hard to tell. So the easiest way to fill in the is by whatever is left. Okay? They're going to give you 2 of these 3 numbers. You just have to put them in the right place. So for the number 1, I'm looking for the number with the percent sign. So to help those of you that are struggling with like Asher a little bit, as I'm going to do this as we go through the problem. Do you see a percent sign? Yes. So let me even give you an extra step to make this easy. Every problem should start like this. So if you wanted to on every one of these problems, you can do this, because the rest of the math is going to be just going in and solving for the missing piece. But they're all going to start just like this. So the first thing we do is look for percent. Do you see the percent sign?
Yeah.
So what number goes over 100?
25.
That's why we start there, because it's really easy. What if I didn't? What if there was no number with percent sign? What would go there? X. That means I don't know it. Okay. The second thing we're going to do is look for the word of. And it's going to be the number after of. Okay. We're going back to our example. This says of what number? Did they give me a number?
No.
So what's going to go there? X. So I now know this of piece is my X. Here's why we do this. What number is left?
15.
So guess where it goes?
Oh, at the top.
At the top. That's my partner. Once you have it set up, now all you have to do is do the math for it. Can I go straight from 25 to 15? No, but can I step 25 and 100 back? Yes, I divide them both by 5. That's going to give me 5 and 20. Can I go straight from 5 to 15?
Yeah.
Yes.
Times 2.
times 3. So what am I going to do to 20? Times 3, and I know that my answer is 60. Does this make sense? Okay. So our number 3 is whatever is left. Number or variable. So we didn't get a whole lot of chance to practice that. Let's go ahead and go to your homework. Go to page 300. I'm going to say this about the 4th time today. This is going to be just like your test. So what's the first thing you should do when you get to your test? No. You should write percent over 100 equals is over of. As soon as you get your test, that's the first thing you should do. Because the rest of your test is going to come off of this. Nope, just go 300. So, to practice this concept, we have 99 girls, or 33%. Play basketball. How many girls attend? So am I looking for a part or a whole? Whole. But we can always start the same way, right? Did they give me a percent? Yes, 33. I know I'm trying to find the whole. So the 99 is my part. You're going to do every single one of these just like this. Really quick. On number 12, you saw this. What does it tell you to do? Benchmark. So if all I do is set proportion, am I supposed to go on this? No, you are not. Use your benchmarks, guys. And they told you in specific ones to use, 1% and 10%. Then they broke it down for you to figure them out. You should be able to find the 1% really easily, and we want to move it up twice. Find the 10%, the 20%, but then I need to get to 28 to figure out how you're going to do that. Questions on your homework. And then your last part is just completing a table. Remember that we've given you one of the 3. All you have to do is remember how to go to the other 2. Huge hint. Divide them. Remember, top guy is my winner. He goes in the house, dividing by the outside. This one's going to end up with a repeating decimal, so just go to your nearest 10th. Questions on any of your homework? Anyone? Okay. Good luck on your homework, guys.